It says I'm live on YouTube. Done redirecting. So am I live? I just can't see you guys' comments. Now, let's see, let's move this in a little bit. And I'm just gonna let that go. I'm not gonna press the button, but I do wanna see the comments over here on the side. So I guess I have to push this over on the side like this. I'm doing something homemade, y'all, but I'm still on here. So I'm just kind of, I need a tech person to help me with that. But you know what? We're just gonna make it work. We're just gonna make it work. Okay, so if you never met me, my name is Cece Brown. Let's say Cece Brown. And today I just want to talk about, what you guys are doing to stay healthy during this coronavirus season. It says chat, there's a welcome to chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Okay, all right, I will. Live message chat. That's what I want. Live message chat. Okay, and I guess that's gonna come up here. Yeah. So while I sit here and see who's gonna join me, I'm going to light some incense. I have the little cones here. You just light them. As such. Okay. And then we're just gonna place it in here. Ooh. Don't burn yourself when you do this. Okay. Let me take these other out. And let's stir it up. Stir it up. I need to get some more sand. There we go. Oh, that smells good. Okay. This particular incense, cone incense, is the fragrance of myrrh, like frankincense and myrrh. Smells wonderful. As I sit here to learn how to, I used to make some YouTube, I've made some YouTube videos before, but the platform has really changed. The platform has really changed, and now I'm a little lost, but that's okay, because it gives me an opportunity to learn. Whenever we aren't sure about a person, place, or thing, then it gives us the opportunity to learn if we're willing to. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this up over here. There we go. Okay. So I wanted to come on today and just kind of talk about what you guys are doing to stay safe during the corona virus season. And let me make my screen here. So you guys, as I'm talking here, I'm actually getting familiar with the platform, with the YouTube platform, because I hadn't been here in a long time. So, you know, just bear with me, be patient with me. Just be patient with me. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so I mean, there's some things that you guys can be doing to stay healthy, stay safe, proactively. Of course, you know, I always tell people, you know, stay in contact with your personal medical provider, physician. I also would like to share with you guys to make sure that your primary care physician studies nutrition, because during this season of coronavirus, you want to be on top of your game of what you're consuming and what you're putting in your system, because there are some things that we put, well, that humans put in their system that causes inflammation, you know? And if the coronavirus, the victims, my prayers go out to, the individuals who have lost loved ones, and especially, sudden. Now, we do know that there are some people who have passed away that was already sick. Their immune system was already compromised. So the family really, knew before the coronavirus happened that they were ill. But for those individuals that, and my prayers go out, my condolences goes out to whoever have lost a loved one. First of all, let me say that. You guys who have loved ones who was well and they were, moving around, they seemed healthy, and then they contracted the virus or a virus and passed away. I know that can be hard as well. My late husband, passed away like 2.5 years ago. And, he was walking around, everything was fine. I knew that he was diabetic. I knew he had high blood pressure, and I knew he had complications from his diabetes, with neuropathy. And he was still moving around. So one of the things I do remember, his doctor, which is also my doctor, she shared with him, and my doctor does study nutrition. She knows nutrition. She knows that food, can be used as medicine, and the medicine that we use can be our food. So, but one of our last appointments that we had with her, she shared a movie. She shared a documentary that she recommended that we watch. And I'm not sure if you guys have heard it, before or not, but it's called What the Health. Like, not what the hell, but what the health. And that movie, that documentary, was I already knew that, consuming just a whole lot of meat and not a balanced amount of, fruits and vegetables, you know, I mean, just think about it. Just think about it. Just think about it. You want to live, but you're only eating dead food, so think about that, you know. So I really wanted my family um, to take a run of just eating fruits and vegetables so that our body could really reset itself. Um, and I made a video that's on Facebook right now on December 18th. And I talked about that on December 18th. But unfortunately, it wasn't. My late husband passed away on December 23rd, so just a few days afterwards. So, with that said, here we are during this pandemic, coronavirus season. So, whether it's coronavirus or Ebola or the flu,
It's 10 o'clock.
You really want to watch what you're consuming. You really want to take the time to um, really, meditate about what you're really putting in your body. Think about it. Just the common sense of before you place something inside of your body, is this live or is this dead? And if you're putting more dead in your body than live, then naturally there's going to be a level of imbalance. So, what do you think we should do? We should eat more live, healthy food, live fruits and vegetables, or even cooked. Um, I don't know what fruit you would cook, but well, I mean, you can cook all kinds of things. There's all different types of recipes, but really look at eating more raw foods. If you're on Facebook, I have a group there that is called Eat More Raw Foods. Check it out, like it, share it, comment on it. Now, some of my raw food lovers, as well as fruits and vegetables, vegans, vegetarians, have come on the page, and I might have posted something that wasn't raw, and they addressed me, um, saying this is not raw. But think of the name, Eat More Raw Foods. The group was created to encourage people to eat more raw foods. It's not about eating all raw foods. It's just consuming more fruits and vegetables in your daily consumption. So, doing so, it really can make a huge impact on the inflammation buildup. Now, at the beginning of the coronavirus quarantine, I decided, because I knew that the deaths were caused by inflammation in the lungs, like they couldn't breathe, like they were drowning. They were needing respirators and, things to help people breathe because of the inflammation, in the system. And so I just instantly thought about, like, okay, if these people have a problem breathing, if they have a problem breathing, then inflammation, there's a problem with inflammation in their lungs, then why wouldn't we consume less food that cause inflammation? So you would say, what are the foods that cause inflammation? That's what I thought about. What's causing the inflammation? Well, a lot of the causes are, what you're putting in your mouth, what you're eating. Now, also stress can cause some problems too, a lot of problems, major problems, in the way that your body performs, the way that it's functioning. You know, your blood flows through your veins, and if there's lots of plaque buildup and mucus in your blood, then there's going to be some problems. So, I want you guys to, research for yourself. My position here is not so much is to tell you what to do, because I'm not a doctor or a medical doctor. Okay. Um, but we all are responsible for our bodies. So, with that said, why wouldn't we all take time to find out what foods we're eating that just may be having an adverse reaction to our wellness? So, look and see what those foods are. And then if you're consuming a lot of those foods, like dairy, yeah, dairy, it's going to cause inflammation, pus, mucus. So you might want to cut down on it. Some people would say, oh, I'm not giving up my cheese. Oh, I'm not giving up my ice cream. Oh, I'm not giving up my creamy Alfredo sauce. And I'm not giving up my milk and my cereal. Hey, you do what you want to do. I'm just saying, if you want to reduce some of the inflammation, back up off of some of the inflammation foods. I'm just saying. That's what I've been doing. So I came on here today to see what you guys were doing. What are you guys doing to reduce the inflammation? What are you guys doing to stay healthy? What are you guys doing to stay healthy? What are you guys doing to intentionally um, stay healthy? Think about it. It's something to think about. And if you haven't thought about it, maybe this is the video that it takes to start thinking about it, so that you can be in control over your wellness if it's not too late. Now, after your body gets to a place of acidicness, which is the root word is acid, then different disease does start to set up in the body. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes a while for it to happen. But there comes a day, boom, It shows up. It shows up in your hands. It shows up in your head. It shows up in your chest. It shows up in your gut. It shows up. It shows up somewhere. It shows up on the bottom of your feet. It's in your eyes. You know, it shows up with pain, aches. You know, it shows up in different ways. There's so many different symptoms of degenerate diseases. You know, that was based off of forming over time in your body. So if you knew that you had control over your body, if you had a say-so of how well your body operates, performs, based off of what you think about, what you eat, what you drink, what you do, the people that you hang around. Would you do something about it? Would you do something about it? Looking over here. Looking over here to see what's going on. You know? Or would you do something about it? Or would you just continue to do what you're doing? Like, oh, I'm gonna die one day anyway. Is that gonna be your attitude? Is that gonna be your attitude? So I just wanted to come on again and just ask you guys what you doing. I like to know. Comment below. Comment below of what you're eating, what you're drinking, what you're thinking about, what you're talking about. Are you constantly just watching the news, getting more and more afraid? That doesn't help. That causes your body to, thinking in a negative way. And if you're constantly thinking in a negative way, guess what your body's going to do? It's thinking that that's what you want. So that's all I have for this evening. I just wanted to have a little chat and let you guys know that you have more control than you think. You have way more control than you think or imagine. And hopefully that you sit down and have a conversation with yourself. Sit down and pray and meditate. And hoping to receive, what to do, from your higher self. Because everything that you need to know You already have it inside. It's already inside you. You already know what to do. You know, you hear people talk all the time. I know I shouldn't be eating this. So, see, we know. And your higher self is telling you, I know I shouldn't be eating this. But at the time, that almighty tongue, the tongue has taken over because of all the different types of chemicals that's in the food. It has made you addicted to foods or to chemicals in the food. And it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not our fault. It's not our fault at all. But it is our responsibility to keep these vessels healthy. So we live in the age of Pisces. We're going into the age of Aquarius, and we're living in the information age. So, you know, the word talks about we perish for the lack of knowledge. Well, we're not in that age now because there is knowledge everywhere. 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 Anything that you need. And you don't have to go to a university to get it either. You do not have to go to a university. You have the most knowledgeable uncle that you can call on. In the physical, that would be Uncle Google. You can go right into Uncle Google and ask any question. Or you can tap into your higher source, into the source within you, within the Most High, within you, through prayer and meditation. And the reason I say prayer and meditation, there's some people that say just pray, 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 and they leave out they're spooked by the word meditation, because they think that's new age. Well, you're in a modern age. You're in an age right now. And then you have some people that, will just meditate, but they X out praying. Well, I believe both are needed. It's prayer and meditation. It's just like talking and listening. It's just like sunshine and rain. It's just like up and down. It's just like girl, boy. It's just like yin and yang. Okay. There's a balance. There's a balance. There has to be a balance. So, you want to be mindful of that. So in your time of meditation, maybe to manifest if you haven't been manifesting and you're conscious, maybe you need to put a little prayer in there. Because maybe you're sitting and doing all of your meditation, but you're not having a conversation. I look at the conversation, the speaking, the asking, the calling out comes from the prayer time. And I look at the meditation is a time of just when you listen. You don't have to have your eyes closed. You can meditate. There's all different types of ways of meditation. You can meditation where there's water. You can meditation where there's incense. You can meditate where there's candles. You can meditate with your eyes closed. You have to go along with what is best for you, what your higher self is calling for you. I like using all of the above. You can see my candles. I have my candles going over here. I have my incense going over here. You can probably hear in the background, I have my frequency vibrations going on. I have living fruits and vegetables all around. Water. I have my water right here. Those are the 4 elements. You want to be, mindful of each one because they're all very important. So when your desire is to keep yourself healthy during this Corona season, take the time, to speak out what you need answers on, and take the time to meditate for a moment, eyes closed or eyes open. And then afterwards, as you move along your day, then you want to have your notebook. This is my notebook. And write it down. Write down what drops into your spirit. And because you know how we walk around, each day and you say, something told me to do that. Darling, that's your higher self trying to communicate with you. That's the God in you, attempting to communicate with you. That's the Most High trying to communicate with you. But you're not listening. We're not listening. We have to listen more. We have to meditate and pray. And we have to write it down. Take it serious and write it down. And then come back and look at it, on a regular basis. Look at it. And then put those things into action. And this, for the sake of this YouTube video, and again, please share, comment, subscribe. For the sake of this conversation, you want to ask, what should I be doing to eliminate the inflammation in my body? What should I do less of? When I get around, so-and-so, it makes me feel angry. Then, beloved, you need to stay away from that person for a while. Forgive them for whatever they're saying that causes you to respond that way. Forgive them, but you need some distance maybe between you and that person, because trust me, your body is being affected. If you know that you're drinking sodas every day, all day, and not drinking any water, you already know. You already know. But will you listen to your higher self? You don't have to listen to me. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm doing my own thing. I'm having my conversations. But I'm here to let you know that the God in you is not a respecter of person. But you got 2 conversations going on. You got to give You got to give voice so you can hear to both of them. And, you know, most people will think that, you know, it's God and the devil, or let's say good and bad. But I challenge you, you know, it just depends on the situation. It depends on the situation. All things are not bad. All things that you think are bad are not bad. All things that you think are good are not good. You know? You know, we've gotten accustomed to putting things in boxes, stereotyping things. Learn behavior from other people's experiences and not having, you know, experiences for your own self. So, with that said, yeah. So I enjoyed coming on. You guys have to, well, I guess you guys don't have to do anything. I just need to come back on a regular basis. And that is my intention. That is my intention. So until next time, God bless and be well.